The purpose of this video is to review expectations of BSCN faculty regarding the application of APA formatting using the 6th edition of the manual. Now that you've completed your title page according to the instructions in the second video, it is time to work on formatting the body of your paper. Begin by formatting the page header. To access the page header, double-click on it. If you have selected the Different First Page option, the header should be blank. Simply copy and paste the header from your title page and remove the words Running Head. Double-click on the body of the paper to exit the page header. Next, the title of your assignment should be copied and pasted from your title page. The title should be centered at the top of the page. It should not be bolded. The title is not considered a heading. Begin your essay with an introduction. Since the introduction is clearly identified by the position within the paper, it is not labeled with a heading. In-text citations are an important aspect of APA format. Citations consist of the surnames of authors, followed by the year of publication. For citations that are part of the narrative, insert the year of publication in parentheses directly after the author's names. Otherwise, place the author's names in parentheses followed by a comma and the date of publication. Do not include page numbers in citations. When there is only one author, simply insert the author's surname and date of publication in the appropriate location for every citation. Likewise, when there are two authors, both surnames are used in every citation. When there are 3 to 5 authors, only include all author surnames in the first citation within the paper. Subsequent citations will include only the first author's surname followed by et al. And the year. Be sure to include a period after all in each use. If there are 6 or more authors, only cite the first author's surname followed by et al., even the first time the source is used within the paper. If more than one source is being cited, separate them with a semicolon and list them in the order they appear in the reference list. Only cite references you have actually read. In the rare circumstance you cannot find the original work, provide the citation of the secondary source. Include only the work you read in the reference list. If an organization, corporation, or other group is listed as the author, it may be abbreviated, providing that the abbreviation is easily understandable. Ensure all abbreviations used within your essay are spelled out the first time they appear. There are some exceptions to this rule. For example, never begin a sentence with an abbreviation. In general, use of quotations is discouraged. When you are quoting a source, remember to include quotation marks and the page number where the statement can be found within the source. All direct statements from another source must be in quotations and must include the citation and page number. Failure to use quotation marks around direct statements is considered plagiarism and will be dealt with accordingly. Often, within an introduction or body paragraph, statistics are used to highlight the significance of a topic. In general, use numerals for numbers 10 and over. Use words for numbers below 10. However, there are exceptions to this rule. For example, words are used for expressing common fractions or when used at the beginning of a sentence. Numerals are often used for statistical or mathematical information. Times, exact dates, and ages are among other exceptions to this rule. Headings are used to facilitate the organization of your paper. While they do take up some space, they can be quite useful for improving readability, therefore increasing your final mark. Be sure to check with your professor if headings are required for the essay you are working on. Even if they are not required, you may choose to include them. If you were to draft your essay using a flowchart, each level on the flowchart would correspond to a level of heading. Recall that the title does not count as a heading. If I were writing an essay about political advocacy in nursing, my flowchart may look like this. Distinct sections of equal importance are considered on the same level. The most important or overarching heading is formatted as a level 1 heading. In an essay, you would use only the number of levels of heading required. Rarely are all 5 levels used. Level 1 headings are to be centered, bolded, and presented with uppercase and lowercase lettering, with no punctuation at the end of the heading. Level 2 headings are to be left justified, bolded, and presented with uppercase and lowercase lettering, with no punctuation at the end of the heading. The difference between level 1 and level 2 headings is in their justification. Level 3 headings are to be left justified, indented half an inch, and bolded. Only the first word is capitalized. End this heading with a period. The difference between Level 2 and Level 3 headings is in their indentation and punctuation. Level 4 headings are to be left justified, indented half an inch, and bolded. Italicize this heading. Italicizing this heading is what differentiates it from the Level 3 heading. Only the first word is capitalized. Also end this heading with a period. Level 5 headings are to be indented half an inch and italicized. This heading is not bolded. Not bolding this heading is what differentiates it from the Level 4 heading. Only the first word is capitalized. Also end this heading with a period. Remember to ensure you are using the correct margins, font, and paragraph settings as described in my first video about basic APA formatting. In the next video, we will review how to construct the reference list. I recommend working on the reference list as you find your articles rather than at the end of the essay writing process.